Kia ora whānau. Something a bit different today. We have a Kings of War Siege. I will put a link to the full rules I'm using for this game in the information below this video. So this Clash of Kings, if you want the original thing, is available as a digital download from Mantic. So these siege rules were originally published in Kings of War version 1 and then updated for version 2 in this book here. And I'll be using them with some modifications from a guy named Bloodwild I found on the internet, plus some of my own tweaks to them. Let's have a look at what these rules were like in length. You can see they're about 20 pages, less though because a lot of that is artwork and so on. And similar to Kings of War in general, it's designed to be fast and cinematic and get to the action, not bog it down in lots of detail. If you remember perhaps the old Warhammer sieges, they could really drag on for hours without ever really coming to a satisfactory conclusion. So this avoids that. There we go. And the Dwarven defenders, so on each of the side walls there is a shield breaker unit. There's 2 rangers on the walls to the front, and in the towers there is a cannons in each section and a packmaster on the right, Hernius in the centre, and the flame priest there on the left tower. Okay, so we look over the ramparts here, we can see there's a horde of Trident Realms coming to try and capture this castle. The Trident Realms, first of all we have a siege tower, and up the top there is a Harpies regiment, Centurion, depth horrors, ready to board the enemy wall when the drawbridge goes down. Depth horrors pushing it, another 2 depth horror eternals down there. It's great, a water elemental, some otters, 2 water elemental hordes, a siren there, one of them pushing a battering ram, so I guess that's a hydraulically powered, battering ram. We have there a Thul Aquamage and Naiad Envoy, 2 characters in the middle, a horde of Naiad Ensnares, and some more harp pieces. So the Trident Realms win the roll off the first turn, and they shall move straight ahead towards the walls. Okay, so forward they go, and now we'll do some magic and shooting. So starting off with the Thul Aquamage, he's going to surge those water elementals. He can't surge the ones pushing the battering ram, but he can do these ones. So, and they go another 4 forward, which means they'll be able to charge 14 and get to the walls in round 2, so that's good. And the Envoy will cast Bastion, give them some extra nerve for the next round on them, hopefully. Yep. So they have Rallying Aura and +1 nerve. The Siren, she is going to cast Weakness on the Elite Ranger Regiment there on the walls, hopefully. Yes. And lastly, these Heart Piercers up on top of the tower are going to try and shoot the cannon over there. So it's in cover, so they normally need 4s to hit, but they'll need 5s. So that's 4 hits, and then 4s to damage it. 1. And the nerve roll is nothing. So they do a point of damage and that's it. So Dwarven first turn, and the plan is to try and shoot up these attacking forces as much as possible before they get to the walls. And given one of those water elemental regiments, that one there, it's already going to be in range of attacking the walls, I think we'll put all the fire into that. So we have, first of all, the first cannon gets a hit and does 4 damage. Next, these rangers who are weakened, so they're -1 off their strength, so they're normally piercing 1, so they won't have any piercing. So they need 4s to hit, rerolling 1s, and they get 1 wound. The next cannon, 1 more hit, another 3 damage. Hernius misses with everything. Another unit of just normal rangers. Getting 4s to wound, so there's another 2. And the last cannon, 1 more hit. Another 3. So they're on 15. So that's a good amount of damage, and they're probably dead. They're 17, 18 with the Bastion spell on them. So anything but double 1s, and they're gone. Here's the Trident Realms turn. They've just advanced again. And we have some shooting and magic and so on. Art pieces are going to try and shoot the cannon in the right tower. Hitting 5s. Needing 4s to wound it. 1. Bastion from the envoy into misses. That was the half pierces. The siren casting weakness on those archers this time misses. She has her conjurer's staff hits, so they've got weakness on them. Over here of the tower, the heart piece is shooting the cannon again. 5s, oh, lots of hits. 4s, 3 more damage to it. And the Centurion has the Trident of the Drowned Sea he can throw, and he'll target the Rangers. Hopefully try and disorder them. And there'll be too many dice, 5 dice. Hitting on 3s normally, 4s because of cover. 2 hits, hitting a 3. Yes, so 1 wound on them, and that means they won't be able to shoot next turn. If we kill anything, we've got this cannon firstly. So 7, 11, that'll be wavered. So that cannon isn't shooting. And we've got these rangers which took a hit. 9, 10, nothing. And this cannon took a hit. Nothing. So dwarf turn 2, and next turn there will be a bunch of enemy units hitting the walls. So I think it's time to withdraw the rangers, who, well, that unit can't shoot, that unit's weakened, so they're not doing a lot this turn anyway, and bring forward the reinforcements. So we'll move them down. And bring forward the ironclad, and same here. Getting ready to defend the walls. And that is all the movement. Shooting. Start with the Packmaster here. He's going to throw his throwing mastiff into the Centurion over there. So he needs 4s to hit, they all hit. He needs 4s to wound, 3 wounds on the Centurion. This ironclad horde will throw their improvised weapons at those ensnarers, and they miss. Bannock up here will use his fireball on them. Needing 4s to hit, and then 3s to wound. We'll fire both the remaining cannons that are still serviceable at them, and they miss. Hunius up here, I think he will in fact try and shoot the Centurion. He's got 3 attacks, normally needing 3s, but 4s for cover, 5s because it's an individual, and nothing. Improvised weapons from these ironclads, which will also try and shoot the Centurion up there. Got 12-inch range, normally 2 attacks on 5s, 6 7s, so only 1 dice. Misses. Okay, do we kill the Centurion? 8, 19, 11, no. And what about these? +1? No. Realms turn. So the battle ram has moved forward. And up comes the siege tower. And down comes the ramp. And out of the ramp come the depth horrors. And just to add some problems, in comes the water elemental there too. The ensnarers are going to assault this wall. Move up. The siren will move over here. Move just slightly. And it will go over this way too. They will shuffle 2.5. Okay, regenerating the damage on those ensnarers, so they get 2 back. Just turn them like that. 3 on the Centurion up there, gets 1 back. Generation 4+ on Naiads. Okay, magic and shooting and spells and so on. Well, let's start with a Bastian spell on the Greater Water Elemental. Yes. Let's then continue with a heal from this chap on them. 1. So you get back 3. The siren will cast weakness on those dwarves and fails with her staff. She casts it These heart pieces will shoot the cannon that's damaged already. Gets 3 hits and 3 wounds on it. Then these heart pieces will shoot the other cannon. So that's 4. 1 more. The Centurion, why not? Let's throw his trident at that same cannon, see if we can finish it off. 4s, then 4s, nothing. If we kill either of those cannons, so that one 4 plus 8, that'll be dead. Reroll, nothing. And that one 5 plus 9, that'll be dead, and that'll be dead. We have these naiads charging up the ladder. So normally they need 4s, but if you're attacking up a ladder, you're hindered. So you need 5s. So after all that, it was only 4 hits. There's a lot of 4s there. And then needing 5s to wound, so only 1 wound to the dwarves. Then we have the attack on this wall section, so we have the Greater Water Elemental, which being height 5 or more, is able to just reach up over the wall in a hindered attack, needing 4s normally, 5s. So it gets 2 hits, crushing 2, so 3s, so it does a point of damage. Here's the main event though, the depth horrors coming down the ramp. So they're going to hit on 3s and wound on 4s. 18 attacks. And 4s. So that's a good number of damage, 8. And the nerve roll for them, they're a, oh gosh, I was just going to say they'll be fine. That's 12 plus 9, 21, they're wavered. Being dwarfs, they'll ignore that on a 3 plus due to headstrong though. And for these, don't get a double 6, they're fine. These dwarfs laugh at the pathetic ensnarers attacking them. Okay, so dwarf turn 3. And most importantly, these ironclads here, trying to hold back depth horrors. They're 3 plus to ignore their waver. And they don't, so they're still wavered. Okay, so these hammerers, shield breakers, moving up into that section, taking the dog with them. And these dwarves will retire too, as will those ones. These shield breakers, there's nothing coming around there, so they're going to come down off this wall. What else? Looks like it, I think. So shooting, let's try and take out that Centurion. So this Mastiff gets lobbed over there. That's 8 attacks. 4s. And wounding on 3s, I think. No, he's toughness 5 but 4s, but that's still 4 wounds. And the Packmaster there, he'll throw his as well. So that's 2. And 1 more. Okay, so I think we'll try and take out those heart pieces there. So we've got Bannock there with his fireball. Okay, so that's terrible. 1 hit. Let's keep going though. We'll fire the 2 remaining cannons at them as well. There's 1 more hit. So that's 4. That's another 4. And Hernes there will shoot them as well. That's another 2. 2 more. Let's see if we take them out. So that's 7 plus 9, 16, 17, that'll do it. Reroll because they're within range of a character who's inspiring. 8 plus 7, 15, 16. The extra plus 1 because of shattering ability. They're gone. Over here, the Centurion's on 7 plus 5, 12, which is a waiver on him. And now combat. So those ironclad are wavered, unfortunately, but these ones who are weakened can have an attack there. This is 25 attacks, needing 4s. So that many. Roll again, and 4s. So that's 5, so they're up to 6. And do they? No. And with that, we now go to turn 4 for the Trident Realms. So, these will attack the gate. That will keep attacking the Ironclad. The Centurion, see if he heals. 7 damage, gets back 3 of them. The Naiad's attacking the wall here, we'll try and heal. They get back 3 of them. It's very hard to kill, but on the other hand they're not doing much. Let's send over the Depth Horror heroes to help them out, I think. So, these are nimble. So they'll go 12, 12. Let's send him over this way. Okay, so weakened from the Siren against something to the Dwarves. It works, so they're weakened. Heal on the Centurion from this Aquamage. 1 hit, does 3 damage off him. And Bastion from the Envoy on the Greater Water Elemental. Yep. So the Heart Piercers will try and shoot the next cannon. 5s. In 4s. 4 damage. And the Centurion can't shoot. See if we kill the cannon. Nope. Alright, up the wall again. With these ensnarers. And 5s. They're needing 5s again though, because they're dwarves. So 3 and nothing. Over here trying to get a breakthrough, so we've got the Water Elemental, 9 attacks, normally on 4s but needing 5s, because it's hindered. So 4 hits and needing 3s, so 2. Now the Depth Horrors though, 3s and 4s, 18 attacks. Fours, so 6 more. Okay, so that puts the dwarves on 17 and they're 21, 23. So 17 plus 7. So that's gone. Reroll because they're inspired. Dead. So the dwarves are out. And here come the Depth Horrors. And lastly, the Hydraulically Powers Battering Ram. So 18 attacks, sitting on 4s. Plus an extra D6 attacks for the ram, 6. Oh, they will hit. And then to damage the gate, which is defense 6. So you normally need 6s, +1 for crushing because the water elementals, and +2 crushing strength because of the battering ram. So then 3s. So that's 7 damage to the gate, plus 7, it's still there. It's got a defense of 17. And that is the turn for the Trident Realms. Okay, so the dwarves, so these will attack there, and these are going to charge. And I think even Hernius better charge out of that door. Okay, he's still in that section though. And what else? So these shield breakers going to come across and pivot, ready to defend the gate. So shooting, I think we want to try and take out one of those depth horrors before they assault the wall, hopefully. 2 cannons into one of them. That's 1 hit. Does 3 damage. And then the fireball. So that's another 4s. Another 3. So 6 on one of them. Plus, so it's 10, 11. Not enough. Okay, so just roll the attacks there, another 6 damage on them, plus roll to waver or kill them. Not enough. So here we've got a flank attack, but that's hindered, and so it's double attacks. You never get triple attacks in attacking from all sections, by the way. So that's from the first slot. It's 4 needing 2s, so that's 2. And again, and 2s. There's another 3. So 5. Now we've got the rangers in the front who are ensnared though. We need some ladders for the inside. So they need 4s. 5s in fact because of the ensnare, and then 2s. So 2 more. And lastly Hernius on the side. 3 attacks. So that's 2 hits, 2 more wounds. So they're up to 9 plus 8. So that will in fact waver them. Alright, Trident Realms turn. So the ensnarers regenerate, get back 4, and attack again, but it's going to be a multi-charge with all of these attacking. Oops. And up here, that wounded depth horror unit is going to go back, and the greater water elemental is going to slop up there. All the elementals with ram will of course attack the gate, and this envoy will come forward. That is okay, right. Up here then, so trying to finish off this cannon, the heart pierces. One, and the Centurion will throw his trident at it as well. nothing. Here on the Depth Horror, or the Restoration spell from the Aquamage, 2. So he gets back 3 for 5. Weaken on those dwarves from the Siren works. Bastion on the Water Elemental. Yep. Okay, taking the dwarves up the wall. The Depth Horrors, 2 of them, 10 attacks. So they need 3s normally, so 4s, and their Crushing Strength 2, so down to 3s. So that puts on 5 damage. And the Ensnarers, 5s, and 5s, 2 damage. So that's another 3 from them. So those dwarves are now on the 12, 19, not enough. Taking the gate with the water elementals, 4s, extra d6 attacks, another 2 attacks, and 3s to wound. That's another 7 damage. The gate is up to 14, 17, it's gone. So when you destroy a gate, you can immediately come through the other side if you wish, which they will, and touching the gate facing any direction, so they'll be like that. Okay, so the greater water elemental, so just moved in there, and it will attack, I think, those rangers, 4s and 2s, so 2 damage to them. And the rolls without them, they're fine. Okay, dwarf turn 5. Well, I think we will attack the water elemental with those 2 units. They'll charge here with the shield breakers. They'll turn to face. And that's about as good as we can get. The Pack Master, that cannon, and Hernius will shot at the heart pieces up there this time, doing 7 damage to them. 7 plus 6, 13. 14 in fact, because of shattering. It's 1 off breaking them, but they are wavered. And Bannock is going to cast Bane Chant on those shield breakers. Shield breakers, yes. Yes. Iron breakers instead there attacked that Depth Horror. Doing 5 wounds, so he's on 6 plus 5, not enough. Shield breakers attacking water elementals. They're Bane Chanted, so they need 3s to hit, 3s to wound. So 1s and 3s. So only 4 unfortunately. So that's not enough. Turn 6 for the Trident Realms, regeneration for the Ensnarers down to 2. It's just like fighting water, they just keep coming back. They'll all attack there. The water elemental will do the same attack. Centurion regeneration. And I've just done the attacks there. It did 8 more damage to that ironclad horde, and they're dead. So the ironclad rout. And the ensnarers choose to follow up. New water elementals. Taking the shield breakers. Hitting on 4s and winning on 3s. They do 5 damage. Plus an 11. It's 15. Which sadly for them is wavered. And being free dwarf shield breakers, they don't have headstrong. The water elemental, greater water elemental will attack there. 9 attacks. on 4s, wounding on 2s, so it's 5 more damage. So they're up to 8, plus not enough. Okay, so forgot to regenerate this greater water elemental. There's 4, gets 2 back. So it is the turn of the dwarves, and things are looking turn 6, and the Trident Realms are breaking through all over the place. So there's a flank charge there, obviously, and there, and they'll keep fighting, try desperately to do something against that water elemental, and then some shooting. So Bannock will Bane chant these ranges, and it does not work. Take out these heart pieces again, so the Mastiff there, there's 4 hits, 4 wounds. We'll fire all the cannons at them, getting 6s because they're in cover, nothing. And Hernius needing 5s because it's with cover, and he does an extra point. So they're on 8, plus 7 is 15, that's dead. And again though, because they inspire, wavered. So attacking the water elemental, the shield breakers, a hindered flank attack. It's needing 4s followed by 4s. And 4s. Puts it up to 7. And then from the front, the rangers needing 4s and 4s. And it's not so great. 2. Okay, so the roll is not enough. Okay, so these rangers in the side of the water elementals, doubling their attacks, needing 4s, and they're not Bane chanted. Double-hand weapons though, so 4s and 4s. So that many hits, and wound 4s. So not very good again, just 4. So they go up to 6. I just did their regeneration, they got 2 back last turn, and 10 plus 6, 16. But they are dash 17, 1 off. So, does the game end? 4 to 6, it goes another round? It does. Some healing has happened. That Depth Horror has gone up the ladder there and is attacking that tower. The Siren, now she actually cast Enthrall and wavered that cannon. But the nasty stuff is the Naiads came down and got a rear charge on those ranges, and otherwise there's various beatings happening from the Trident Realm. And the first combat result is those rangers are dead, no surprise there. Depth Horror Eternal, who must have a grappling hook or something to get up there, I guess, attacking the cannon, doubling its attacks. By cannon is hindered, so he gets 4 hits, you only need 3s to wound, he does 3 to it. And the way I do the rules is if there's also a character in there, you get half your attacks rounded down against that, which gets 1, nothing. And the cannon, see if it lives, that lives. Actually, 7, 12, no, dead. And he will follow up, unless Bannock is mighty, which he is not. The water elementals in 4s and 3s against the shield breakers. In 3s. And are they going to rout? 9, that will rout them. Rolling again. 6 plus 9 is 15. And they are 16 though, so they are just wavered. Water elemental trying to finish off the other rangers. And only 2 hits though, using 2s. Only 1. 9 plus 9, that'll be dead. Reroll. 6 plus 9, 15. And no, they're just wavered too. So Dwarf turn 7, and there's limited actions that can be done now. So they will charge, of course. They can't charge. Let's see if the Dwarfs can salvage anything here. Danik is actually going to fireball the Wounded Deep Thrower at the bottom of the ladder. 4 hits and 2 wounds. Hunius will shoot it as well. 2 hits, 2 wounds. So do we kill it? No. The Bagmaster's been having a go at these heart pieces, so why not continue? Yep, so 4s and 2s. So 3 more damage. Can we kill them? 6, no. Wave it again, sadly, and regenerating. Shield breakers now, they don't get a flank attack now because they're not attacking it from 2 directions. So 5s, 4s, sorry, and 4s. Do they kill it? Oh my goodness. That will in fact kill it, but they need to roll again because it's inspired. 9 plus 8, 17, not enough. So that is the end of the game, and I'll add up the points, but I think it is looking like a Trident Realms victory. Let's check that. So the Dwarves lost 790 points, which is 690 a point of troops and 100 for the gate. And the Trident Realms only lost a measly 380, so that's a victory to the Trident Realms. So there we have it. Nice and easy siege rules, a lot of fun. I recorded this just solo so I could work through it slowly, but keen to give it a go with an actual opponent. Now they've got the rules sorted out. So obviously the Dwarves really struggled here to deal with all the regeneration and healing the Trident Realms had, to concentrate enough power on any one location. Some better target selection might have helped there, but interesting nonetheless.